Welcome to Morning Brew with, yes, it's your girl Germaine, and we are here running a little bit behind schedule, but we are here. We are here. We are happy. We got some new things happening today, like the launch of the Builders Lab. So before we get into all that, let me know you're here. Let me know what you're drinking. I am drinking my new Ezra coffee, our new partners with Ezra Coffee. Yes, so I am drinking my new Ezra coffee brand today. And it is so good. And so if you did not, good morning, Leslie. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yes, we are happy. It's Monday. I could have used another day, extra day, but we're here. Happy Monday. And so I was just saying that if you have not had the opportunity to go over and check out our authors, actually Thursday's message with our new sponsor, Ezra Coffee, make sure you go over there and check out the interview or the conversation with Jessica Taylor, who is the owner of Ezra Coffee. Yes, Black female owned. She's doing her thing. Oh my gosh, she is doing her thing, based out of Texas. And so mover and shaker and only 5 years old. So definitely I'm drinking my coffee today from Ezra Coffee. So I'm so glad you guys are taking a minute to stop by for coffee and conversation, because I just want to let you know there is a lot of things going on. So let me put up on the screen before we get into our message. Our brew topic today is one story can shift history. One story. But guess what today is? Today we are officially up and running. The school is open, the classroom is open. Actually, our Builders Lab is open. That's what I call it. Our Builders Lab is open. Yes, officially today. And so the power of one story, we are talking about step one, your defining shift. Now, this is all to help you build from the bottom up, making sure you are clear about that one story. Now, just because I'm saying one story, your story may have many parts to it, right? So I don't want you to get caught up in one story, because when I talk about one story, the power of one story, I'm saying one, like it just takes one story that can literally shift history. One story. All right. But yes, that is open, but you have to be a part of our school community. It is taking place in school. The beauty in it is, let me put up on the screen also. So if you want to join our school community, it's no problem. You can. It's scrolling across the bottom, along with if you want to, support Morning Brew, you can do that as well, right? So, but I want to put up here, and I'm going to put in let's see. I also want to put it over in the chat because it's a lot easier. If you have not joined our free school community, I'm just personally inviting you to come in, because today officially the Builders Lab has opened and we are getting ready to take you through our strategic activation for the power of one story. Do you know the power in your story? I don't know. If you don't, this is the perfect place and time for you. And guess what? It's free. So don't worry about it. It's on me. This one is on me. So come join me. But let me put over in the comments. Hold on. I'm doing it right now. I want to put this in the comments. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to. Okay. Yes. So I want to put our school community link in the comments. If you have not joined yet, please make sure you do. I'm going to also, let me just put it over on Instagram as well for those that are chiming in on Instagram. All right, guys. So I know this is my little break before we get into our morning brew. Before we get into our topic, one story can shift history. All right. But yes, I want you to join. Come on, come join the community and stop by the classroom. You can do it at your own pace. I just want you to know next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, next Sunday, we will be in our live activation. But you got to go through these steps first. You won't be disappointed. Just, find a few minutes, 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes in your day to be able to stop by, see what the lesson is, see what you can get out of it for yourself, and hey, continue on in your day. That's it. All right. So, but let's get into our topic. Let's get into our topic. Okay. So, today, and let's pull all this down. Hold on. Let's pull this down. Let's pull this. Here I am. Okay. Well, I definitely want to say this before we start in today's morning brew. I am so happy because I made a decision. If you don't know, I constantly have difficulties with internet service, right? And what I realized is that it was Verizon. And because Verizon is new, their wireless is new in my area. When I say new, I think I've had it for going on almost 2 years, but it's not the same as Verizon Fios. Two different things. And so after really speaking to someone and having my partner on the phone with me, um, my production partner on the phone, and he started asking some questions, and then that's when we started realizing some things. But come to find out, the highest speed in my area was only 300 megabytes, per second. And so, with that being said, I was like, this is killing me. It's not a good look. It's not a good look when I got guests on and we're talking through things and we're constantly freezing and breaking. But nevertheless, this is not a promotion for any one of these companies. But I decided to go back home to Xfinity. And Xfinity has been so great since last Friday, of us starting with them again. And it was even cheaper, but it was 1,000 megabytes per speed, per second. Much faster. I'm excited, no breaks. Now don't let me jinx it. Okay. But so far so good. Hello over on Instagram, AIT_EL_KD1. Thank you. First time seeing you chime in the community. So welcome to Morning Brew with Germaine. All right. You can always stop by, join the community, see what's happening over coffee or whatever it is you're drinking. But I'm so glad that you took a moment to stop by. So, we're talking about the power of one story. That's been the series because school opened today. Yes, our free sessions over in our school community opened up today, and you can go at your own pace. Okay. All right. And so, but let's talk about today's brew. Today's brew, one story can shift history. Sometimes we underestimate that the weight of one yes, one bold move, or one refusal to shrink. We think movements require masses. We do. Sometimes we think it takes a whole lot of people to affect change, right? But history proves they often begin with one woman who decided she would not wait her turn. So, before I go any further into this, I definitely want to tell you we are going to, since we've just come out of Black History Month, listen, I don't choose to reduce us to just 1 month. Mm-mm. So, what I decided to do, I teamed up with one of my best selling authors, Teresa Merritt Watson, and I decided to plug in her Blacks in fact every single day that we show up on Morning Brew. And so every day we show up on Morning Brew, there's a segment now that's going to come shortly called Blacks in Fact. Okay, we're going to highlight someone out of her Blacks. You see the Blacks in calendar back there? I'll pull it up on the screen in a few moments when we get to that segment. But I just wanted you to be prepared. Every single month, we're going to find out something about us. All right. So let me continue on that. Like I was saying, sometimes we think movements start with masses or require masses. But like I said, history has proven it often begins one woman who decided she would not wait her turn. So today is significant because today, inside our school community classroom, the power of one, we've officially launched our Builders Lab. All right. And guess what? This is also March is Black is March is Women's Month. Look at me, Black women. Yep, Black women. Yep. But March is also Black. You know what? I'm gonna own it. It's Women's Month, but yes, we're gonna be talking about some Black women. Okay. All right. Hey, it just wanted to come out. So, um, and also I wanted you to know that with the power of one story and today's brew being one story can shift history. Our builders lab, as I was talking a little bit earlier, but our builders lab is really, it was really designed for you to be clear on what that story is. Because a lot of times we're confused, we're not sure, we don't know how it should show up in the world and everything. So we get a little confused by it, but this is to help bring clarity to your one story, to the one story that will actually be able to grow, multiply, and you'll be able to see it in various different formats. The one story, right? And so, but like I said, it's free. It's my gift to you. Go by, join the school community. It's in the comments. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, school.com/morning brew with Germaine is where we continue the conversation, but not just continue over there on in our community. It really allows you to see how morning brew is really just the access entry point and to open you up into our pillars, which is HOV publishing, HOVP Academy, which is actually powered by our Builders Lab is powered by HOVP Academy and HOV Media, which is our platform that we're on right now. So, but I want you to be able to see what's in it for you. That's the most important thing. And I'm also there to help guide you through and navigate because it is something new that you're probably not familiar with. And so sometimes it's like, what do I do with this? Now I'm here. You got me here. Now what? Right? So together we'll navigate through together. Don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it. I'm there with you. You're not alone. Okay, so back to the morning brews message. All right, so at this point, what I want to do, I just want to encourage you to let you know that your story is not small. It may be untold, it may be unconstructed, but it is not insignificant. Please remember that, okay? When you're thinking about your story. All right, guys. So now this is our Blacks in Fact. We're going to take a few moments and I'm just going to pull up Blacks in Calendar. Yes, it is available. Let me put that also in to give you an opportunity to buy, just so you don't have to limit and restrict yourself to just one month, the shortest month in a year, but every single day of the year, you can learn something about you, Blacks in. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to add this in our comments also because the calendar is available. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, the information. And so we're going to be, our Blacks in facts will come from the calendar. 12 months in a calendar, but each month has a list of different Blacks in facts about our people that you can find out. Okay, more about them. And so that's where we're going to be taking our information from. So with today, and let me pull up just the back cover because I love it so much. This is the black cover. These are the images in our Blacks in calendar that I just put it in the thread. It is available. I'll put it up on the screen real quick too. Blacks-in.com. Okay. All right. So but today, our Blacks in Fact is all about Miss Shirley. Let me pull this up on the screen. Hold on, I got a lot going on over here, clicking on all these buttons, right? So Let me pull this up. Yes, Miss Shirley Chisholm. She is our first day of the month for Morning Brew. She is our Blacks in Fact. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Miss Shirley, Miss Shirley Chisholm, who became the first African American Congresswoman and the first Black woman to run for President of the United States. She is a part of our Blacks in calendar as well, the facts and information about her that you can get. So she ran not because it was easy, not because it was popular at all. That wasn't the case, but because she believed her voice belonged in rooms that had never had made space for her. Unbought, unbossed, and unapologetic. One woman, one story, one shift. Powerful, Miss Shirley Chisholm. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for being a trailblazer for us. And that is our Blacks in Fact of the day. Okay. And so tomorrow we'll be back with another one. All right. So now let's get back into our segment, Pour into Purpose. It's that time and we're getting ready to pour. All right. Remember, the topic today that we're talking about is one story can change, can shift history. Just one story. So let's look at what our Pour into Purpose is. Your story carries authority. This is me pouring purpose into you, allowing you to really see, if you don't think enough about your story, your contributions, what you have come through, what you may have accomplished. It's not insignificant. Your story matters. And please don't compare your story to someone else. That's where we go wrong. When we start looking at other people and we start looking at other people's stories, that's where we go wrong. Keep your eyes centered and focused on you, because you have more to offer than you realize. You do. I promise you, you do. So your story carries authority, okay? And the experience you survived, navigated, built, and learned from are not random. They are strategic assets. All right. Listen, and I want you guys to know, because you probably see, like, why is her eyes always shifting and moving? Or maybe you don't think like that, but I'm very aware of it. It's because my notes, I keep a lot of notes, right? Because I don't want to leave out anything. So when I'm not looking directly at you, I'm just looking down at my notes. Trust me, I am in tune. I'm here with you. Okay. All right. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that, but I needed to say that. All right. All right. Okay, sure. Stay with me. All right. Let's continue on. And so, we're going to pour a little more into purpose. Visibility is a decision. Visibility is a decision. See, Shirley Chisholm didn't wait for an invitation. She entered the arena. She made her presence known. She entered in. And that's the invitation I'm offering you. Enter into our Builders Lab over in our school community. It's our arena, whereas it allows you to come in and take part. Listen, go in and pick the tools up that you need so you can begin to see the power in your story and what effects it may have on the world. What history are you making? Okay. All right. So let's pour a little more. Legacy begins with structure. A story without structure without structure stays emotional. We talk about a lot of this over when you go and when you pretty much enter the Builders Lab in our classroom over on our school community. When you go over there, like I said, it's at your own pace. There's no pressure from us. We're making the materials available to you to be able to go and get exactly what you need. And like I said, this one is on me. This one is on me. So I'm just inviting you into the space to go and look around, see what it is you could take away from it. Okay. See what it is you can really use to help see yourself and the power of your story. All right. So let me get back. All right. So legacy begins with structure. A story without structure stays emotional. A story with structure becomes intellectual property. I am really big on intellectual property, otherwise known as IP. Okay. IP, intellectual property. And I always state before we give it away to somebody or before somebody comes and take it from us, I always say, you know what? If the vision fell within you and if the assignment was placed on you to create this, um, you at that point became the owner of it. Okay. Now that you put it out in the world and people are attracted to it and they want a piece of it, right? Remember, this is all a part of your story and the power of your story. When people come for it, and let's look at a song. After working in the music industry for so many years, when you think about a song, when a song was created, music industry, the foundation of the music industry is written songs. Written songs. Without having a song and just music, that's all you have is music and not a song, not a complete song, right? You pretty much have 50% of it. You have the music side of it. But what about the words, the lyrics, the story part of it? So, but when you wrote it, when it came to you, you owned it. It was yours. You owned it. Now, when you decided to have others share in it, what happens if you're not knowledgeable about intellectual properties and ownership? Most times you give it away because people are funny. They'll give you upfront a whole lot of money, but they don't give you the information that goes with it to let you know, oh, I'm going to give you this right now, but secretly you're going to have to pay all this back to me, right? Which means I'm going to own your intellectual property. It's going to become mine just because you may not have been as knowledgeable of how it worked. And so being a publisher for me, I'm really big on that. I don't want to own anybody's intellectual property. And I know when you think about right now, people are selling catalogs, their catalogs for millions and millions of dollars, the songs that they own, the ownership of their songs. Same thing with your story. Your story is yours. You lived it. It's your lived experiences. It's the challenges, the triumphs, the wins, the losses, the tears, the laughter, the joy, whatever it may be, but it's yours. But the minute you go into negotiations or you go into being able to do partnerships over your story, don't give it all away. Understand your power. Understand your power. Now, if somebody's willing to pay all this money for your story, how much are they going to make? Think about it. It's a lot we could talk about, a whole lot. But right now, there'll be some lessons over in our school community in the Builders Lab. All this knowledge, listen, guys, knowledge is power, right? So why not share it? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to share it over in our school community. So let me go ahead and keep going on because I just wanted to say that legacy begins with structure. That was our final pour. And a story with structure becomes intellectual property. Yes, IP. There is power in owning your intellectual property, value in owning. That's why I say stories are currency. That's one of the other lesson plans that we'll be breaking down for you. But stories are currency. Don't get it twisted, and don't run from it or think that, oh, it's about money and all that. No, it's about the power of your story. Honestly, it's about the power of your story. And the thing is, a lot of times people give away what is powerful, but because they don't understand the power in it, they don't understand the value in it, they lose it. They sell it for less than it's worth while somebody else is building legacy off of your creation, what you built. Listen, one story can shift history. One story. It could be yours. But understand, get clarity on what it means having the power of one story. Please get the clarity you need because otherwise you will sell away your family's inheritance because your story can bring just that, the wealth that's associated with it. Your story can bring that. So I don't know why I get so passionate about that because I just feel like one, We give away our powers, we give away our creations, our intellectual properties. We give it away because we don't take the time to be knowledgeable, or we don't ask questions, or we don't employ people that are knowledgeable that can help us know how to shape it, how to keep it, how to make it work for us long term. I do. I get it's like, what have you done? Right? So the power in one story. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I want you to know. I want you to know really the power of your story. All right, guys. So listen, uh, this is the part we all can take part in, okay? This is our reflection questions. Yes, reflection questions. So let's get into this. I like leaving two questions with you that you could take throughout your journey. Hopefully they will allow something to just, I don't know, hit you right when you need it, right? And so before I get into that, Leslie, what's going on, girl? She says, sometimes we don't understand our value. Girl, yes, I think Henrietta lacks, yes. How, when we don't know our value, our worth, then we are used, we are abused, we are stripped of it. And then somebody profits greatly from it. You're absolutely right, Leslie. Powerful story, using her stems, her metabolically, makeup chemistry to help fuel. God forbid how many other people have used it medically. And so, but I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. It is so important to know the power of your story. Please, I hope you do go over, and I hope you just take a few minutes out of your day, find the value in it. Ain't the value in me. No, it's the value in you. I'm just providing tools and resources to help you really tap into the value in you and the power of your story. Just some things that you want to be equipped with as you go through. So I hope you take a few moments, and I hope you go over and you join our school community to be able to really see the value and the power in your story. It's in the comments. Just click on it and join the community. It's free, nothing monetary for you, but the value that you're going to get from it, and then how you can internalize that. I hope it opens up your revenue streams for you, if you allow it. So, all right, but let me get into these two questions that I have for you. Okay. So, first question is, what defining shift in your life changed everything for you? Now, the defining shift, we're going to identify that is step one. Let me just pull this up for you. But that is step one. Take a few minutes, join the community for free, and just go straight to the classroom. It's available for you. Just click on the welcome and then click on, excuse me, step one. Step one is available right now for you to go in there. Your defining shift. Now, a lot of time has gone into this. So I don't want you to just go in and not really participate in just what's asked of you. Is just go in and then make it about you. I'm going to say that. Make it about you. All about you. All right, guys. So let's go to question number two. Question number two. If I stop minimizing my story, what could it build? If I stop minimizing my story, what could it build? Well, that's what we're going to unfold in this strategic activation over this week. What your story can reveal, the power in your story, and literally allow it to set the foundation for you building on that. And next, you'll wake up and be like, okay, I'm clear. This is my ecosystem. This is my ecosystem that I can invite people into. Okay. We got some work to do though. All right, we are getting into our final sip. Yes, we are getting into our final sip, which means we are bringing this to a close. We are wrapping this up. And so, all right, guys. So let's kind of recap today. Today is not just another morning brew. No, today is our builders lab is open. It is open. Let me see if I can pull up really quickly. I don't know. I'm going to see. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull up the school community. Oh yeah, I think I can. Let me see. Hold on. All right, I gotta adjust my screen a little. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I just had to adjust the screen a little, but yes, I want to just pull up right now. Hold on, let me get the whole screen because I got quite a bit going on over here. Okay. All right. So yes, let me pull up real quick. Hold on one second. It's telling me before. All right, guys, just thank you for bearing with me. Okay. Now let's see if I can pull up. I don't know. It's telling me something else. Before I can hold on. Trying to see how to make it happen. Let's see what else. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So when you go over into our school community, I just wanted to share Morning Brew with Germaine. You'll enter into, I think it's our About Us page. Yeah, you'll enter into the About Us page and pretty much you can join. It's free. You can join, right? And then once you get inside, um, then just click on our classroom. And in our classroom, you will see right here the power of one. The strategic is up and running. So, one, just click on the welcome. And then two, we're at step one today. So, you're going to be able to just click on step one, your defining shift, and it's going to begin to break it down. But as you can see, it's only 14 minutes. It's not long. It's not long at all, but you'll be able to start opening things up within you to start discovering the power of your story. All right, so that's easy enough, right? First thing is you got to click the link. So it's in our comment section, so you can go ahead and click the link, and then you can hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Yes. So you could just click the link. Okay. I got multiple things going on, but let me just get back to me on the screen. All right. So right now, fairly easy. I'm going to put up on the screen again how you can join the school community, and it will scroll on the bottom as well. All right, guys. So definitely, I look forward to seeing you in the community. Once we finish up here, we'll be going into the community because um, I want to start communicating and conversating with those that have already started their journey. Anytime you could do it at your own pace, whenever you're ready. No pressure, no stress on you. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right, but let's bring it to a final close. Okay, so yes, the Builders Lab is open today. And the power of one story, step one, your defining shift. So make sure you start with the welcome and then go straight into the defining shift. Okay. Um, so if you've been watching Morning Brew, stopping by, if you have been thinking, and if you have been saying maybe later, well, later's now. Sometimes we miss opportunities because we don't ever take the shots or we just don't ever show up. But I tell you, I said people do what people want to do when they want to do it, right? Absolutely. So my job is make the content available. That's exactly what I did. And I hope you do show up because I know it's something you could take away. I know it is. All right. So, well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for chiming in. And if this is your first time and you're chiming in from afar, I love to get your feedback. You could go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe, get the notifications, click the likes, the thumbs up. I guess all that helps the algorithm, right? But I really, honestly, I just really want to know your feedback. I want to know if you get anything that you could take away by stopping by for coffee and conversation with Morning Brew. And also, what can we do better? I am always open. Listen, I'm not just one that can teach on some things, but I am also always a student, always learning. Yes. And I believe we can learn from one another. That's why community is so important. And that's why we're building the school community, which I think it just felt like home. When I discovered it, it felt like home. And it felt like a place that I can encourage and I can share with others, especially a lot of those that are part of my ecosystem, a lot of those that are authors in the community, in my community. Well, now we have a place that we can talk about our stories. We can share our stories with other people, you know, and you never know who you might meet over in the community. You never know. Okay, because I just personally invited friends. I invited all my friends, my business colleagues, those that have made an impact on my life, and people are showing up. So thank you. With that being said, we will be back tomorrow for Morning Brew on another brew topic and another Blacks in Fact every day moving forward, because Black History Month is not just February, it's every day of the year. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Please be safe out there. And if you have some time today, stop by. And if you don't have time today, stop by tomorrow. We got all week before we chime in to our live on next Sunday, March 8th. Okay? Talk to you guys soon. See you later. Have a great one. Bye.